Recording in progress. All right, so here's a defensive zone face-off, just because I've got one queued up on the screen, and you can kind of see.
Definitely. So here's Hector facing off against Josh Anderson. Officials just having a quick chat, and they're ready to drop the puck. So here we go.
All right, so just have a look at their stance too. I'm not convinced that Hector's the best face-off player in the world. I don't like the way he holds his stick, but it works. Feet are a long way apart. They're low.
Face up.
And they're leaning forwards. So they're almost leaning into each other, aren't they? Why is that? Why is that important?
Getting
More
less
weight on your
gravity,
stick.
better balance.
Partially. What's going to happen?
Forward motion.
Yeah. If I'm facing off against you and you're beating me, what am I going to do?
Run through you.
I'm going to run through you. Absolutely. So you need to be ready for that. And I'll do it. We do it quite often. Like I was being.
I know you do.
A couple of weeks ago, who was beating me face off. So I flattened him. I mean, it wasn't an intentional flatten. I didn't realize he'd fall over quite so easily because he wasn't very well balanced. But basically, from the face-off, I just stepped forward. The idea was to move him back out of the way and give me access to the puck and then kick it clear. But he just fell over because he wasn't standing up. So, well, I mean, he wasn't ready for it. So watch this, and we'll just kind of frame it forwards. Down goes the puck. See how they move forwards into each other to an extent. The camera angle closed away. But watch here. What is going on with this winger? Can you see that? It's that standard defensive zone setup again, isn't it? Over and over and over again. I'm going to drum this into you over and over and over again until you get it. Right. Well, let's watch it in real time. It's a lot of pressure on that point man, isn't it? And look where the other winger is. They're already up here. They shut down the Rampage's opportunity, even though the Rampage won the face-off. Good play, yeah? Melbourne won this game. And that's one of the reasons why they did that particularly well. So we'll go back to the opening face-off, just so you can kind of see the initial set play.
Here in the 7
Apologies for the commentary.
To get a few shots in defense as they're starting up right up. Michael McMahon, the captain.
That's some goon. I don't know who it is.
And Vrelnik.
It's actually not Vrelnik. It's Vrelnik. It's really hard to pronounce his surname.
Dixon Liam, and
Shut up, Gossie.
Rampage starting off with exactly what we would expect. Yeah, well, it's going to be interesting as well with the lineup. They've moved Cutter out to the wing tonight, so he normally plays center, but with Hector coming back in, they pushed Cutter out there, but he's a hard-nosed forecheck. That's what they need. Yeah, and this line was so dangerous yesterday for the Rampage. Probably didn't.
So this is the opening face-off. You might not think that an opening face-off is important. Is it important?
Of course it is.
Why is it important?
Well, it sets a precedence of the game.
Yeah, it sets a precedent. What else does it do?
Well, I guess it sets your confidence as a team as well.
What else does it do? All these things are right, but what's probably the most significant thing? It gives you the first opportunity to attack.
Yeah.
Right? It gives you your first scoring opportunity. A win of the face-off back to your D sets you up to make an attack. Let's watch what happens here. Who won the face-off?
Ducks.
Yeah, beautiful win too, wasn't it? Nice and clean, back to the D. D's got plenty of room, plenty of time. He can make a decision. What am I going to do here? That's Michael. No, that's not McMahon. I'm not sure who that is. It might be Trevor. He decides he's going to play it across. Now they've got all this room. Nice organised breakout. All right. And they get the first opportunity. Is that useful? Absolutely.
Then the Rampage were immediately on the defense and
straight away they're under pressure. Yep, straight away in the very first 2 seconds of the game, Rampage are under pressure. Yes. If only they'd done that the day before, or if they'd been able to do it consistently last weekend when they were getting beaten in the face-off over and over again. And as a result, I mean, there was more to it than that, of course, but that's a significant thing. Those face-off wins do matter. A lot of people kind of think, oh, face-offs, they're neither here nor there. They don't really matter at all. But they matter heaps because they set you up with possession. If you've got the puck, you've got a chance. If you don't have the puck, you're a spectator, you're a defender. So it's important for setting up that initial motion.
Allowing the Rampage to clear that out, but only as far as the Ducks defense.
So even though they were under pressure, they managed to thwart the attack. Ducks get another attacking opportunity. So they can play it out, more time and space.
So here come the Ducks. Pass up, Webster chips that through. Cutter's going to get there first.
I don't think they'll score a goal here, but
he's got it on his backhand, looking to pass it in front to Webster, but just missed it on that pass.
do you see something just there?
They push Cutter out there. I see just launch flying. We'll see what.
Sorry, I'm just gonna.
Gallagher. So here comes Logan Gallagher. Pass over to Vrelnick. Nice job there, done by the Brisbane defender. But Vrelnick now.
What do you see here? This is not center play. This is just strategic. This is just general open play.
Well, he's there for the rebound.
Yeah. Or a cross ice pass or anything. Is that dangerous? Is that perfect?
Well, yeah.
Is that perfect positioning? Who's defending him?
No one.
No one. Okay, it all happens really quickly. It's much quicker than you guys are going to do it. But look, he's just sitting there. Da-di-da-di-da. If that had popped out,
Yep.
right, that was a goal. It was another opportunity. So just being there and being dangerous. So always think if I'm standing around on the ice in an attack, or one of my wingers is, because one of your jobs too, as you go through your careers as centers, is to be talking to your wingers and say, okay, I need you guys to do this. I need you to do that. In this situation, do that. You're the general of the show. You're calling those shots. Coaches can't do it. We're not there on the ice with you. Right? And we shouldn't either. You should have develop that skill to make those calls during the game. The wingers won't. It's not their job. Your job is to make the call. You set the tempo. You decide what plays are going to happen from the set plays. In open play, obviously, it flows a lot more. But from a set play, you could say, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to try this, we're going to try that. And that's a leadership role that you have to take. So now we're going to see. Shut up, Brewer, you idiot. We're going to see an attacking face-off now.
Looking a lot more settled. And much better play for them. I think Pat McMahon's giving a good rev up. And they were slow this time yesterday, and they were slow first up.
All right, so attacking zone face-off for the Ducks. What have they set up? What hand is the forward on?
Right.
So what are his options? He's a lefty there, isn't he? Please tell me you can see that he's a lefty.
Yeah, no, I can.
Yeah, straight for the shot.
He could shoot, couldn't he? Absolutely.
Or he can pass one in the middle, or he can throw it back.
Yeah, he could pass it back. He could backhand it to McMahon, who's sitting back there waiting for it. And we know McMahon's got a good disciplined shot. Let's see what happens.
Against Avalanche, this is a better show so far. Here we go. It's not Liam.
Played it back to McMahon, didn't he? You saw that, yeah?
Did he get it off the boards?
Yep.
Between Tashuma and Koenig, who play with each other as well in the beer league and with the Reservoir Dogs. So good, chemistry between those two. We'll see what transpires. So Webster now sends it back for Tashuma in front of Koenig.
Right. So and they set up a good opportunity for a score. Now that transpired a little bit afterwards, but playing it back to McMahon, McMahon then saw that his option was cut off. So the Rampage did a really good job on defending that, even though they lost the face-off. Watch what they do. I can't go through this frame by frame with enough grit. Is that before or after?
We saw yesterday.
Yeah, so we'll see it again.
It was all subtract and all of the Rampage.
And watch how well the Rampage defend it.
Looking a lot more settled. And much better play for them. I think Pat McMahon's giving a good rev up. And they were slow this time yesterday, and they were slow first up against South.
So again, classic defensive zone set up by the Rampage, isn't it? Again and again and again and again. So we keep reminding you of this. Remember this, remember this, remember this, right? Now watch what these guys do when the puck gets dropped. I'm going to go through it slowly. So Ducks win it back, but look at what the Rampage are doing. See this guy here? See him? Yep. What's he trying to do?
He's trying to catch the puck.
Is he?
He's trying to reposition the
He's not
guy
gonna
in the middle.
catch the puck. There's no way. What's he trying to do?
Trying to get to McMahon.
Yeah, trying to cut off McMahon's option. He doesn't want McMahon to be able to fire a puck in down low through traffic, because a shot low through traffic in there is dangerous. It might deflect off something, it might get a rebound, it sets up a scoring opportunity. So if they can take that away from him by putting him under immediate pressure, remember that goal that was scored against us when the winger came out and chopped off and got in the way of the pass and got the rebound and got away?
Mm-hmm.
You remember that one? All right. They're trying to do that. I don't know why it's just jamming up. How many stupid thing catch up? Yeah. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, they cut off the option. Yep. And then it goes into open play. So he won it back. He had the other option, so he played it back to his D.
So did McMahon go in there to clean it up?
Oh, well, it came pretty much straight to him. We'll see if we can. It's really hard to get the resolution on this to move it back enough frames to make it worthwhile without wasting too much time. But here it is again. We'll watch it again. Watch what happens. All right. So McMahon's option was cut off because he had two Rampage players up on him, screening him. They got up clear. The goalie had a good line of sight. See how the goalie can see? He's not being screened. McMahon saw that and thought, this is not a shot. This is not a shot. I'm not going to take it. Instead, he put it into the corner. Now, because he had two players on him, there must be a free player somewhere, mustn't there? Because it doesn't add up. Where's the free player?
In the corner.
And? Well, actually, look at the screen. Where's the free player?
In the middle.
Hey, there's another one, isn't there? There's a bunch of free players.
Yeah.
What are you idiots doing? Right? Pressure, high speed, these things happen quickly. It closes up pretty fast, but they've still got, you know, Schumer just sit there going, hi, here I am. Get it to me, I'm ready. He's got his stick in the air instead of on the ice, but still. Now they clean it up. They take away that opportunity. It took them a little while to recognise it. It usually does. That's probably the centre coming back thinking, oh, my wingers and D are all out of place. I'd better sort this out. All right, so I don't want to dwell on that too much, but it's just an interesting thing to look at. Just so you can see that at elite level, the things that we're doing are the same. They do them faster and better, but they're doing the same thing. And that's absolutely key. Here's another example of a face-off with that defensive zone setup. And this was an A-League, a B League A-grade game about 3 weeks ago. And if you listen to the commentary, it's one of my better calls, for lack of a better expression. Do you have a sense of humor? Maybe?
You know I do.
Listen to the commentary.
To cut off the pass. And you get the shot on in the end.
Okay, again, same setup, slight variation in positions, but the idea is the same, isn't it? Those wingers across. Now, the guys in the red, they're a bunch of kids who play B League as well, and they're all the Russian kids and so forth, and a lot of the juniors. So they're quick, but not very smart. Watch this.
On it all. The breakout now by Kings, and they've got 3-on-1.
Is this making you laugh yet? What do you see?
Ooh, wow.
What do
Yeah,
you
that's
see?
a 4-on-1, isn't it?
4-on-1.
Wow.
4-on-1. Oh shit!
You're right. Not very smart.
Not very smart, no, because they've all thought, oh, we're going to score here because, you know, kids and a lot of testosterone and ego, and then a little bit of a reality injection here. But it gets funny. Watch this. And better, more to the point, listen.
Got 4-on-1. Got 4-on-1 with 35 seconds to go. If this isn't a goal, then there's something wrong with hockey. Comes across, and it's not a goal. There is something wrong with hockey. But then, to cut off the puck.
How did they not score? But 4-on-1, and they didn't even get a shot. Why didn't they get a shot?
Didn't shoot
They
early.
didn't shoot quick enough.
Bloody shoot. They didn't shoot. They didn't pass. They took the puck around the back of the net. What did that give the other team time to do?
Catch up.
Yeah, get back. They're quick kids, right? They're dumb, but they're quick. Turn around and got back fast. It's like, oh, you had your scoring chance. And you didn't even shoot it on the net. It didn't matter. They were up 8-3. But still, it could have been up 9-3. But it was a face-off where it was an indeterminate face-off. So let's watch the face-off in a little bit more detail. The defensive forward would be trying to put the puck behind him, or maybe in this instance, possibly even just chip it behind that center. It's probably not what I'd recommend, but it's not necessarily a bad strategy because this player can come across and pick it up. Watch what really happens. I'm going to go through this step frame by frame, and it'll probably give the Zoom a little bit of a conniption, because it usually does. I don't think I can play this at half speed. Anyway, it's kind of no one's really won that one. Maybe the kids in red have won it. It's popped out behind. A little bit of a kick, possibly. Bit indeterminate. No one really knows what's going on. But look at what's happening here. You know how we tell that winger to come across on the drop of the puck? Why?
Pick up the loose puck like
Yeah,
that.
pick up that puck. To pick up that puck that pops out behind the player, because it's been a bit of a neutral face-off. No one's really won it cleanly. It's just kind of popped out. There it is. Happy times. He's got it. The center's got free as well, got out of the tie. And there's puck bobbling around. The center's actually finished up with it, but it was set up by the winger who came through and created that noise. And off they go with a 4-on-1, and they should have scored a goal. But dickheads. Right. But that's you can kind of see how that pans out. So I think we'll wind it up now, unless you have some questions. But you can see those options that you have as a center, and why it's important to an extent of pre-arranged it so that your teammates know what you're going to do. A key thing is signaling. So when I'm facing off, and again, my B3 guys, it's pretty random. They think they're pretty good, but they're pretty random, and you can't really. It's difficult to have a plan with most of them because they just kind of look at you blankly. But they don't really want to be coached, and they don't want any strategy. So that's just the way that team is. But if I'm trying to say to one of my D that I'm going to give it to them, I'll just turn around and look at them. It's coming to you. And as long as I do it quickly enough, the opposition that don't pick up on it. If I'm going to shoot on the net or something or other, I'm going to say to my winger, or I'm going to look at my winger and then look at the net, like I'm trying to make go that way, or I'm just going to yell out, crash the net, because it doesn't really matter if the opposition knows what I'm planning on doing in that instance, because we're going to do it anyway. And so make sure that the player that you're going to pass the puck to from the face-off, if you win it, knows what to do. That's really the gist of it. So if you want to summarize the last hour in one sentence, have a plan. And if it's a defensive zone face-off, you've really only got one option. Put it behind you. Don't put it in front of the net. Don't put it anywhere where the opposition wants it, because we'll go back to the map for just a second. I know I said I wouldn't, but whatever. Still with us, Wisey? All right, so defensive zone face-off, we are defending here. I do not want to put the puck here, do I? Bad choice. I do not want to put the puck there generally. Also, usually a bad choice because it's setting them up for a shot.
Yeah.
The best place I can put the puck is back here. Somehow. If it's on my wrong hand, I might have to move step forward and then twist or turn around. And we'll go through that on whichever day it is that we're doing the training session. We'll work on, okay, I'm on the wrong hand to put the puck back there. How am I going to do it? And you can step in and rotate. As long as you're contesting the puck, that's fine. You can do that as well. And you can kick it back as well. You're allowed to kick the puck out of the face-off if you have the balance to do it. Be where you might fall over. I know I do when I do it, but but you can do that as well, because this is the one place where it's safe. The other option you have, and you're going to come up against players who beat you all the time. there will be some who are just quicker than you. And no matter what you do, you can't beat them. So your option there is not even to contest the puck. You have to make it look like you're contesting the puck, but don't actually contest it. Just move forward into them. Right there, Ash?
Yeah, mate, all good. Fidgeting 6-year-old, all good.
So what you can do in the situation where you're consistently losing is stop contesting the puck and contest the stick. And contest the stick in the body. So as soon as you see the referee's elbow move, you move forwards and you try and lift your opponent's stick off the ice. And that's all you concentrate on. And if you do that, you've got a chance at least of stopping them from doing something. They're not going to get that shot on the net. They're not going to get the pass back, and the puck stays here. If you're going to do that, you need your D or your winger to come and get it, because you can't. Because you're having a bit of a cuddle with the other center. So they need to know to come and get it. They can't wait for you to sort it out, because you've taken that player out of the play. So one of your players has to come and get it. I generally wouldn't want the D to come and get it, because you want them to get the puck when it's won and play it around and get out. So generally you would probably want your winger to come and tidy it up. So you might say to your winger, in the next gap, say next defensive zone face off, I can't beat this guy. He's beating me every time. I'm going to tie him up. You just come and get the puck and play it back. Right. So you're making that call. You make that decision. And you might say afterwards, bugger it, we'll try something different. But at least they know. So if you know who your winger is going to be in that next face-off, so say there's been a change and you're skating out together, you skate beside them and say, I can't win this, I'm going to tie it, you come and get it. Okay, so you're making that decision and making that call. All right. Lots to think about. There's heaps that goes on in face-offs, but that's a good start. And we will practice them on the weekend. And during games. Games are, best practice you can get is trying stuff during games. Any questions?
All good.
Makes perfect sense. We're going to execute it 100%. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Absolutely. All right. Well, it's after 9 o'clock. That's another hour of my life. But I hope you all got something out of it. And I will pop the videos up on YouTube and then link it through to Facebook in the next half hour or so once they've been converted and uploaded. All right.
Thanks, Carl. Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Good night. Have a good evening, and I will see you guys on the weekend. Remember, get your tickets to the Ducks games. They are worth watching. Cannot stress it enough. It's the best hockey you're going to see in this country. All right.
Thanks, mate. See you, Carl.
Thanks. See ya.